My brother and I rode our motorcycles from Portland, Oregon to southern Utah. We explored Canyonlands National Park, the Bicentennial Highway, the Hog's Back, and Burr Trail. But our time in Utah is coming to an end, and we've got to make our way north again. Or at least we're trying to. Thanks to Revzilla for sponsoring the series and making it possible. Well, good morning, beautiful people from Panguitch, Utah. If you're new here, my name is Amanda Zitto, and this is my brother Gary. We are at the tail end of our adventures in Utah. We are actually headed back today. It's the official turnaround day, and we have a long haul to home. Because brother has to go back to work, and I have other things that I have to take care of, so it's official. It's coming to an end. Bikes are packed up. Let's hit the road. Yay!
We took a small break at the site of Butch Cassidy's boyhood home. In 1879, when Robert Leroy Parker, also known as Butch Cassidy, moved to this homestead with his family, there was already a 2-room cabin on the property. But as the family grew, Maxie added a kitchen on the east side and 2 bedrooms on the south side, expanding the house to its current size. Butch started finding excuses not to go to church at a young age. He then began to rub shoulders with outlaws like Mike Cassidy when he was working at Jim Marshall's ranch, located 12 miles south of Circleville. Mike took Butch under his wing and taught him about handling horses and guns. When Butch turned 18, he decided he didn't want to scrap out a living in Circleville and wanted to go somewhere to get hard, solid gold. He would leave the homestead in 1884. He sent money home often for the first few years and is considered one of the most well-liked and respected outlaws of the Old West.
No wonder they were outlaws. Grew up something like this with nothing to do and nowhere to have any room.
We wrapped up our time at the homestead and headed north. Stopping at roadside attractions on a trip just adds a bit of charm to a stretch of road you expected to be a long slog. It's the unexpected chance encounters like this that transform a simple road trip or a travel day into shared moments and stories. Also, just look at this. It's so cool. We had our sights set to ride Nebo Loop Scenic Byway, a 38-mile stretch of picturesque mountain terrain with wildflowers and winding roads, and when we came around a bend and spotted the mountains, I was just too excited not to make a quick stop to capture the mountains. Don't get me wrong, Southeast Utah has been absolutely beautiful, but y'all know I'm a mountain lady at heart, and seeing the mountains again just made me real happy. Not more than a quarter mile from where we stopped, we ran into a closed gate, blocking our way forward. As soon as I said that it was awesome to see the mountains, we witnessed that the road was closed because there's a giant hole in the road. So we will not be finishing the Scenic Byway, unfortunately. However, we did find this lovely little campground. I think this is going to be a good little spot. And actually, it's quite early in the afternoon, so we might be able to set up, eat food, and start to go to bed before the sun goes down.
Yes.
I'm pretty excited about it. Well, welcome to home for the night. Yay! Well, we're having pesto pasta again for dinner because evidently we live on pesto pasta.
Yes. All of the pesto.
It's just easy to make, and also it's really nice to be with someone else for a change, so I can just get a regular old jar of pesto and know that we can eat the whole thing. So really, I'm just indulging myself. But we're gonna eat dinner, and then we'll see you guys in the morning. Bye. Well, good morning, beautiful people, from my lovely little campsite. And I just wanted to... Brother was having a little trouble boiling water this morning because it is quite chillier up here because we're at a much higher elevation. And I don't know if I've told you guys this before, but if it's really, really cold and your stove is having struggle, but you can tell that there's still fuel in your canister, if you flip the stove upside down, because the fuel kind of becomes more of a liquid than a gas when it's really cold. If you flip it upside down so that it feeds into your stove, especially, well, it really only works if you have a remote canister stove. So the stove is here, there's a hose that feeds to your fuel so that you can flip your fuel upside down. But if you do have one of those and it's cold and your stove's struggling, try doing that. Oh no. Brother didn't boil enough water for my tea and my oatmeal and his coffee, and I'm offended.
I only had so much water. Sorry.
The water was right here. One of the small downsides of everybody getting out for Memorial Day weekend and getting to enjoy the outdoors, which is a good thing, is that not everybody quite understands the concept of leave no trace, and that your fire pit is not a trash can. Aluminum and plastic does not burn. Please pack out your trash. When we rolled up yesterday, it was very obvious that a family had been here all weekend and had been throwing all of their trash into... Before we leave today, I'm going to pack it all up into a bag and take it out with us because I don't want somebody else to come in and have to deal with all this trash. So pack out your trash, pretty please. If there's no trash provided at the campground, please pack out your trash. Carry a trash bag. Have a plan to deal with your own trash. All the good things. Right, brother?
Right.
This series is brought to you by Revzilla, the ultimate source for all things motorcycle gear, parts, and accessories. Visit Revzilla.com for expert advice, an unbeatable selection, and gear that's as adventurous as you are. Gary and I were actually twinning a bit on this trip. We both love the Forma Terra Evo Gore-Tex boots and the Revit Sand 3 gloves. I've also had the Revit Sand 4 H2O women's jacket and pants for a full year now, and I've worn them in all kinds of weather, and it's still my favorite suit. The Scorpion XO AT960 is the updated version of the AT950 I've been wearing for a few years. The vent system is updated and the front of the helmet comes to a narrower point, so it feels like it deflects the wind a little bit better than its old counterpart. Although the visor is still a wind sail on the freeway, but not any worse than the old 950 in my opinion. The button for the drop-down sunshade has been moved to the chin bar, which I think makes it a little easier to use. The 960 also is now compatible with Scorpion's XO comm system, which gets rid of a lot of extra bulk on the side of the helmet. Check the links in the description for our full gear list and elevate your riding experience for the next riding season with Revzilla. Goodbye, campsite. You were beautiful. We've got the trash. We're gonna go find a spot to throw that away, and we'll get on down the road. just like that, it's the day after Memorial Day and we have this whole BLM campground to ourselves.
Yes.
Crazy what difference a day makes. Bye. It's stir fry for dinner. Yeah.
It's shake and bake and I help.
Hey, brother, now I want shake and bake. Why would you do that to me? Ah!
Nice.
With everything packed up, we left camp with the intentions of following this dirt road north through this lovely recreation area. Foiled again. Well, good morning, beautiful people. We thought we were going to have a gorgeous little ride up this lake today, and we've been foiled again. Another road closed. Poop. Well, I guess we're going back.
I guess so.
Despite all the roadblocks on this trip, we did our best to pivot and work with what we had. Between flooded campsites, crowds, or closed roads, we made the best of the situation we were handed. Sure, it doesn't always work out the way you thought it would, but that shouldn't keep you from trying to have a good time. Besides, how boring would it be if you came back from a trip and had to tell your family everything went totally to plan? The best stories are made up of ups and downs.
The town of Soda Springs is named for the hundreds of natural springs of carbonated water that are located in and around the city. The springs were known to Native Americans and were a landmark along the Oregon Trail. Today, the city is also known as a location of the Soda Springs Geyser, which was unleashed in 1937. The town was looking for hot water for a hot pool bathing attraction. They drilled into a chamber of highly pressurized gas and cold water, and the geyser was released. After it ran for weeks and flooded the downtown area, it was capped and manually released upon request as a tourist attraction. The geyser currently runs on a timed release valve which opens every hour.
We made the last stretch to our family's ranch in the rain. Life rarely goes according to plan, but that shouldn't hinder our pursuit of joy. Embracing the unexpected turns and challenges, it adds depth to our experiences. If you take anything from these videos, I hope that you take the time and opportunity you have and you make the most out of them. Get out and do the thing. Night one on the sister and brother adventure to Utah. We're in Eastern Oregon. And brother, I think we found the bugs.